The Hexham Heads and the Werewolf. England. 1972. The year was 1972. In the quiet town of Hexham, Northumberland, a place of cobbled streets, wind-whipped moors, and an unshakable sense of the old world pressing just beneath the surface. It began with two brothers, Colin and Leslie Robson, aged 11 and 9, playing in their garden one cold afternoon. The boys were digging near the hedge when their spades struck something hard. At first, they thought it was a rock, but when they brushed away the dirt, they uncovered two small carved stone heads, each roughly the size of a fist. The faces were crude but oddly human, with deep-set eyes, wide mouths, and twisted expressions that seemed to grin and grimace at once. One appeared male, the other female. Their mother, Mrs. Robson, placed them on the windowsill, thinking little of it. But from that moment on, the house began to change. That night, footsteps echoed in the hallway, though no one was there. Doors creaked open on their own. The family's dog growled at shadows and refused to enter certain rooms. Within days, the boys began waking up screaming. They said something was standing at the end of their beds, a tall figure with glowing eyes in the shape of a man yet covered in fur. Mrs. Robson dismissed it at first until she saw it too. Late one night, as the wind howled outside, she awoke to the sound of scraping at the back door. When she looked, she saw a creature crouched in the moonlight, its face half human, half beast, with yellow eyes that flicked toward her before it vanished into the shadows. The neighbors began whispering. Strange noises. Sheep found mutilated near the edge of town, and more than one local claimed they had seen a half-man, half-wolf figure prowling the lanes of Hexham. Frightened, Mrs. Robson reached out to local archaeologists at Newcastle University, who took the heads for study. They were thought to be ancient Celtic artifacts, perhaps carved for ritual or protection. But the moment the heads left the Robson home, the activity stopped. No more footsteps, no more growls, no more wolf. That should have been the end of it, but the story was only beginning. When the heads were brought to a researcher named Dr. Ann Ross, she took them home to examine them more closely. Days later, she reported being awoken by a huge, dark creature standing in her bedroom doorway, part human, part wolf. It stared at her for several seconds before disappearing through the wall. She later described it as the most terrifying moment of my life. After the incident, Dr. Ross returned the heads to the university immediately. Once they were removed from her home, the hauntings ceased. To this day, the origin of the Hexham heads remains a mystery. Some believe they were Celtic curse objects, designed to trap an ancient spirit that had now been released. Others think the carvings were tokens of protection, and that removing them woke what they were meant to contain. The heads changed hands many times, vanishing and reappearing over the years. No one knows where they are now. But in Hexham, the legend lingers. On foggy nights when the moors are quiet and the moon hangs low, some locals still claim to see a shape moving between the hedges, tall, swift, and watching. And they whisper that as long as the heads remain lost, so does the beast they unleashed.